Employed individuals pay employment taxes that include Federal Insurance Contribution Act, which is FICA in short, federal taxes, and state unemployment taxes. In this video, the focus is on the FICA taxes, which is made up of the Social Security tax. Another name for the Social Security tax is the Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance, which is abbreviated in short as OASID. And another type of the FICA tax is the Medicare tax, with its other name as the Hospital Insurance tax. As the table 1 shows, the 2020 tax rate for the Social Security tax was at 6.20% of a salary of up to $137,700. For 2021, the tax rate has not changed. It still remains at 6.2%, but then the amount of income where the price up to has changed to $142,800. For Medicare taxes, the tax rate is 1.45%, and that applies to all incomes without limit. So that means even if an individual makes $100,000 or $500,000 or $10,000, the individual has to pay the Medicare taxes of 1.5%. Contrary to the Social Security tax that applies to an amount of up to a certain amount for a specific year. For instance, if an individual makes $200,000, the amount over $137,700 is not subject to Social Security taxes, but all of the 200,000 is subject to the 1.45% Medicare taxes. So for individuals who make higher incomes, who are in the higher income threshold, they are subject to an additional Medicare tax. So however, that depends on the filing status of an individual. And as shown in table 3, for single individuals or head of household or qualifying widower, if they make an amount of over 200,000 in a year, then they're subject to an additional tax rate of 0.9%. For married filing separately, the additional amount is, the tax rate, an additional tax rate of 0.90% for an income of over 125,000. And as shown for married filing jointly, right there, that is 250,000, an amount of over 250,000 for married filing jointly. Now, let us do an example. Let's see how this example goes. So example, Hezron, who is single, is an employee of Hezimo Corporation. He received a salary of $132,000 in 2020. How much did Hezimo Corporation withhold in FICA taxes? So how much did Hezimo Corporation withhold from Hezron income for the year 2020? Let us see. So we know that any income is subject to FICA taxes and other taxes like the federal taxes and unemployment taxes. But for for this video, we are focused on the FICA taxes. So now, how much did Zima Corporation withhold in FICA taxes? So Hezron made 132,000 from the company. We know that this is the year 2020. So for the year 2020, from table 1, the tax rate is 6.20% for an amount of income of up to 137,700. But the income that Hezron made is way below the threshold amount for the social security tax. So he is going to pay social security tax for all this income of 132,000. So we know Hezimo made a salary. Okay, tax rate of 6.20, and this salary is 132,000. So this amount is below threshold amount of 137,700 for the year 2020. So then we're going to pay social security tax for the whole amount because it's below 137,700. So then taxes, that would be specifically social security taxes, social security taxes. That would be this percentage multiplied by this amount here. Then we will pay $8,194 in social security taxes. Okay, so what amount would we pay for another type of FICA is Medicare tax. So for Medicare tax, the tax rate is 1.45%. The salary remains the same. So this is the salary here. So then 1.45% applies to all salary regardless of the amount. There is no limit for it. So therefore that is going to apply for that one multiplied by 132,000. So we're going to pay, we're gonna name it Medicare taxes. Okay, tax rate is 1.45. Tax rate is 1.45. So it remains the same. So that would be, okay, that's not gonna work. This is 1.45, 1.45%. So we're going to get that here. So that one. Okay, that's not the case. There's a problem here. Okay. This is what Medicare taxes. Okay, what is the total amount in FICA taxes? So total amount in FICA taxes is this one added to this one, and that is the amount in FICA. So Hezron or Hezima Corporation will withhold $10,098 in FICA taxes from Hezron paycheck, and they have to match the amount. The employer matches the amount of the employee, then submits that to the federal government. So an individual tax would have that if you make such an income, that would be deducted from your income as FICA taxes, and that is submitted to the federal government. Now, question 2. I think we'll do better in question 2. We just mumbled a lot in question 1. I hope we're going to go faster in question 2. How would the answer change if Hezron received a salary of 185,000? So what changes here? So the year is stated 2020, and we are assuming that now the salary of this guy was 185,000. So the tax rates for Social Security remains the same. The tax rate for Medicare taxes remains the same. What changes here is the amount of salary and the threshold for this amount. So we know that for Social Security tax, these are priced to an amount of up to 137,700. This amount is well above 137,700. So, so that would be retained. So that we're going to tax. So this is Social Security tax. Social Security tax, the tax rate 6.20%, and this is going to apply to the maximum amount. What's happening here? 6.2%. So this is okay. Okay, I'm going to use another side. So that is correct. 6.2%. That applies to the amount, the maximum amount, which is 137,700. And what is the total tax rate here? The maximum tax is what? So the maximum tax would be this one multiplied by that one. Something is wrong here. This one multiplied by that one, we get that answer. So that's the maximum amount of, because it's we're above that, but we can't tax the amount that is above 137,700. So the social security tax would apply to the maximum amount, which is 137,700, and that would be $8,537.4 of tax in social security tax. And then for Medicare tax, that would be, that one doesn't have a limit. That doesn't have a limit, and therefore the whole amount of 185,000 is going to be subjected to 1.45%. So Medicare tax at 1.45%, and this is going to be subjected to the whole amount of 185,000. We are going to get a tax of this is a percentage, so I have to put it as a percentage here. So that works for me. So what is the tax for Medicare taxes? That one multiplied by that one, we get a total of $2,682.50 in Medicare tax. So what is the total FICA tax for this employee? So the total FICA tax for this employee, so FICA that the employer is going to retain and then match it and then submit it to the federal government is going to be this social security tax add to the Medicare tax that we found down here. That would be 11,219.90 in FICA taxes. So what changed here basically is that we had to remember that Social Security tax has a limit. Medicare tax does not have a limit. So we do not have a third example, but we can assume Hezron had an income. So how will it change? How will the answer change if Hezron received a salary of, say, so Hezron is oh, this guy is single, yeah. So if we received a salary of, say, 20,000, so how would the answer change? Let's see. I don't have to repeat the tax rates here. I'll just have to add the additional concept here that we're trying to learn. And in this case, what I will do, so for Social Security tax, that would mean the same because we're way above 137,700. So we're going to take maximum. So for social security tax, we're taking this amount. Let us just get this amount right here. For Medicare tax, that applies to no limit of income. So Medicare tax will abbreviate it as hospital insurance tax. We know the salary is 200,000, 220,000 in salary. So this is the salary of the individual. So therefore, this is going to be, we know the tax rate, I'm going to pick it from here because that is the Medicare insurance tax rate that applies to across board salaries. So that I'm going to pick it from here, multiplied by 220 in salary. So that works for that. So hospital insurance tax. But you know what? Because this guy made over 200,000, because he made over 200,000 up here. So the excess of 200,000 is going to be subject to an additional tax rate of 0.9. So what is the excess? So he made way over 200,000 over for single individuals. So the excess is what? So the excess is that minus 200,000. So that 20,000 in above threshold. For single individuals. Okay. Never mind the spelling. We're gonna work on the second video. We might be much better. Okay. So that is above 20,000 above is going to be subject to additional tax. So additional Medicare tax rate. That would be, now I'm going to write the tax rate here, 0.90%. So what is the additional tax rate here? This multiplied by that, we get the answer as 180 because the single individual made way above 200,000. So anything up to 200,000, 1.45 is going to apply, but most definitely anything above 200,000, the additional tax rate of 0.90 is going to apply for the amount that is above 20,000 or 200,000. So therefore, the above 20,000, this is the tax here at 180. So now total FICA tax, that is devoid. We don't have federal and we don't have unemployment taxes in this case. So total tax is going to be that one, add that one, add that one additional. The answer is going to be $11,907.40. So we know that this is Social Security tax, this is Medicare tax, but this is also Medicare tax, additional Medicare tax. So this is it here. So this is the answer here. We're gonna highlight these answers. We can have this Excel expanded here. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, highlight that. That is the answer there. Highlight that as the answer, and also highlight this one as the answer. Thank you for watching, and we hope we'll be better next time. We will be working on taxes. I know it's a very complex subject, and we will learn together. So if you guys are watching this one, you can, subscribe, comment below the write a comment, tell us what you like us to do next time. Tell us what we're going to improve. We're going to be here for you. We're gonna improve. We're going to do things much better, much better, much better as we go ahead. Thank you so much, guys, and see you soon in our next video. Oh.